What's up YouTube, it's Cyberfelon and welcome to another episode of the Duel Diary, a series where I duel against you, the online Yu-Gi-Oh community, using some of my favorite decks. And today's episode, I'm using my all-time favorite deck once again, and that's my Cyber Dragons. With newest support released in Cybernetic Horizon, this deck is now capable of standing up to all the meta. So without further ado, let's get this show on the road and show you guys exactly what I mean. Yep, going second. Ooh, I like this hand. I really like this hand, simply because you have your core, which then searches out your emergency or your repair plant. Mostly you're going to search emergency because it's better than repair plant, and repair plant actually requires a little setup. Then, because I am normal summoning, I can special summon my Veer, and I'm playing against Magispectors. I'm going to enjoy this game so freaking much. But yeah, you get to special summon your Veer since you summoned a Cyber Dragon, automatically giving you 2 monsters on the field. And then since I do have machine duplication, I get to use it on core to bring out 2 big Cyber Dragons. And then pretty much from there I can go into like whatever I want, a Seeger and a rank 5, and then go into Power Bond or do just really anything. Hey, I got another core, nice. So that's 2 face downs and a Bambuku. Probably one of those things is going to negate a normal summon, or just some kind of summon. Go ahead and use Core's effect. Gonna use Veer. I'm surprised he didn't negate my normal summon, or just destroy my cards in general. I guess he's waiting for something else to try to stop me. Okay. Gonna go ahead and special summon him over here in the corner. Gonna go ahead and search out Cyber Emergency. Gonna go ahead and use Cyber Emergency. Getting a alright. Gonna go ahead and get a Hertz from this. Then I'm gonna go and use oh, that is actually very unfortunate, because Veer boosts its attack power, and I'm not able to use my my machine duplication anymore, which really sucks horribly, because that's kind of very important for me. I mean, I can still go into Zinger, it's unfortunate that that Veer kind of shuts down your machine duplication. I totally forgot about his plus 500 effect. But that's okay, I guess. I mean, again, like I said, it's very unfortunate. I mean, it's really freaking unfortunate. But he does have the Magispector Tempest. I'm surprised he didn't use that earlier, but whatever. That is a very good play. I can easily go ahead and Power Bond into my other Cyber Dragons. Now the good thing is, unless that's a Solemn, he really can't use any of his other cards. I really don't need more than that. He can't really use any of his other Magispector spell and traps because he doesn't have any on the field. Hertz's effect and Rampage's effect. And that's pretty much another OTK. Okay. Overload fusion, very nice. Hell no. That is like so good for any ritual deck. So that's a hell no. Unless he has like multiple copies of it, then I'm screwed. Field spell, Fire King. So he's playing the new Nephthys probably. Mixed with Fire Kings. Add a Fire King. Garunix, yep. So unless I can OTK, the board's gonna end up blowing up next turn. Alright, Barong. And that's it. Okay. Ooh, rev system. Very nice. Let's see. Okay. Garunix blows up the field. Barhong's gonna end up searching next turn. And still I get to go off with relatively no fear of anything. So I'm gonna go ahead and just use Cyber Dragon to special summon. Gonna normal summon Hertz. Going to go ahead into Seeger first. Using both of these guys. Bring Seeger out over here. Gonna use... Sure, it hurts. Go ahead. Yep, gonna go ahead and add the Cyber Dragon from my deck to hand. I'm gonna go ahead and use Overload Fusion. Overload Fusion, using the 2 cards in my graveyard, nothing more, because really there's no point in using more. Go ahead and use Rampage's effect to blow up Fire King Island, which then, funnily enough, goes and destroys Garunix. And pretty much, yeah, that was going to be game regardless. Ah, man, I'm going first. That is not something I want. Normal summon. Use his effect. Yeah, special summon. Well, maybe not. Actually, no, yeah, special summon. Because instead of an OTK board, I'm going to end up going for more of a control, which isn't that hard to do. Go and get Hertz. Now, one of the cool combinations with Cyber Dragon Hertz and Galaxy Soldier is that basically you can use Galaxy Soldier, discard your Hertz, and pretty much your Hertz is going to get back a Cyber Dragon from your deck, and Galaxy Soldier is going to get another copy of himself. So in this case, I want to protect the Hertz search. and just let Galaxy Soldier do his thing. But both are going to go through, but pretty much this allows you to just go ahead and recover enough resources that you can use your Galaxy Soldier and still have another card to discard. So that's why Hertz is definitely a really good card for the deck, in my opinion. And Galaxy Soldier is just going to go ahead and discard the Cyber Dragon I added. Though I could have easily discarded the other Galaxy Soldier, but it's always good to have one in hand still. What I'm going to do now is go into Seeger using the 2 Cyber Dragons I have on field. I'm going to go into a Galaxy Soldier, or use the Galaxy Soldiers to go into Nova. Then I'm going to go into, let's see, if I special summon a Cyber Dragon, I can go into nothing. But I can revive, actually, that's not a bad idea. I'm going to go into special summon a Cyber Dragon, discard a Galaxy Soldier to bring back the regular Cyber Dragon. It doesn't really matter at this point, they're all going to be the same. Special summon another Seeger using the Seeger as well as the other Cyber Dragon that I have. Bring him out over here. Then I'm going to go ahead and special summon my Infinity. Pop Infinity over there. And then I have my rev system, so that way I can go ahead and revive another Seeger next turn if necessary. Don't want to bring out another Seeger on field and then him potentially having Mecha Fleet and using all 3 of them. Or actually, Mecha Fleet wouldn't be able to use all 3, but it's not Mecha Fleet, it's Over Dragon. But yeah, he pretty much just went into Mecha Fleet. I hate this. So we are playing the mirror match. The one thing I really was hoping just wasn't gonna happen, but you know, life. But yeah, pretty much he has control and he's gonna end up OTKing me. That's the one thing about the Cyber Dragon mirror match, is that it is very brutal because you pretty much are able to clear your opponent's entire board using just their cards. It's just, yeah, it's one of the most annoying things to happen, but it happens. You're able just to simply clear out your opponent's entire board for no cost whatsoever. You're just using their monsters and just saying bye. Now this is going to be a little annoying because he's going to end up bringing out probably another Seeger. If he's got Rev System or Monster Reborn, he'll be able to bring out Infinity on top of his Chimera Tech if he has it. If not, he's just going to go for like massive damage and kill me right now. Yep, that is game. It's unfortunate that this was a mirror match, because like I said, there's just nothing you can really do in the mirror match. They're gonna have the outs automatically using your monsters. Alright, there we go. Okay. Really thinking about that opening play there. Foolish Burial. There's a lot of different decks he could be playing that use that. And that card was... oh, Orphangal. Okay. I don't think I've played against them yet. And this guy gets... okay. Alright. Alright. Not too hard to out this, because it is a machine, and that's the good thing. I'm playing against machines. Alright, so I think I'm going to go ahead and start things off with my Hornet drones, because I can get a free link 2 pretty much. Then we go into Kagari. Very simple play. Go into Kagari, I get my drones back. And then just gonna go ahead and use my drones again. Get Sky Striker over there. And instead of actually wasting my Shizuku and Hayate, I'm actually gonna go ahead into the Shizuku and special summon over here. Then I'm gonna go ahead and normal summon my Cyber Dragon Core. I'm going to search my repair plant. I do have my emergency, so that doesn't matter too, you know. Even if the search doesn't go through, it doesn't matter too much. But now that I've got that, I'm going to go ahead and link away into my Seeger using Kagari and Core. Then I will special summon another Seeger, because I do have my Rev system. Seeger's going to be over here still, because he's really bad in that corner. Then, no, I'm not going to go into that. Then I will use my repair plant to go ahead and search out Hertz. Where's Hertz? There he is. So that way I can discard for Galaxy Soldier. The unfortunate thing is I don't have my what am I looking for? Any of my fusion spells, so I do have to go into my other Cyber Dragon monsters. Nova. Cyber Dragon Nova. Orphan Go Coral, return. Okay. Okay. Galaxy Soldier will be over here. Both effects. So far he's got nothing really to disrupt me. I do want the Galaxy Soldier effect to resolve, so I will use him and then Chorus Chainlink 2. Getting my Cyber Dragon regular to hand so I can discard it off of the other Galaxy Soldier. So, Galaxy Soldier, gonna go ahead and discard the regular Cyber Dragon, bring out the other Galaxy Soldier right here, going to overlay these two, and bring out my Cyber Dragon Nova over here. Gonna use Nova's ability to special summon one Cyber Dragon at the cost of my material. Then what should I use? I'm gonna go ahead and get the core back. Alright. Bring out core. Gonna use Rev System to revive my Seeger. I'll go ahead and revive Seeger. It doesn't really matter where he goes, I'll just bring him out over here. Then I'm gonna go ahead and special summon the Chimera Tech Mecha Fleet Dragon, because he'll be at 24 instead. And that's it for that. Put him right there. Then use Cyber Emergency to get another Cyber Dragon to hand. A regular one, because then that way I can banish it off of Cyber Dragon Nova. Special summon monster from your deck. Cool. Alright, gonna go ahead and get a regular Cyber Dragon. He's got this guy on the field. Gonna go ahead, I do not need to go into anything else after that. So, gonna go into battle phase. Gonna swing, activate his effect first to boost my Nova up. Gonna swing with him. Alright, gonna go ahead and swing with my other Seeger. Now I'm pretty sure he's gonna end up using that effect when I attack with my Cyber Dragon Nova. So we'll see what happens. Attack. And this will either be game or he'll go ahead and use the effect to special summon from deck and protect himself. Yeah, that's what I figured. Yep, he'll special summon. But since he's special summoning... Oh, special summoning from graveyard. But because he's special summoning her, I can go ahead and replay the battle, attack her, but I can use my Nova to boost it up even further and still get game. That's the problem with Link monsters, they can only be in attack mode. Well, that's it for today, YouTube. I hope you guys enjoyed the duels, and as always, here's a quick look at the deck. No, the Cyber Dragon deck is complete without the OG Cyber Dragon. I love this artwork. It's honestly my favorite. It's just so beautiful. Then, of course, you also play your 3 copies of Core. Core is your main searcher of the deck. He searches out all of your Cyber spell cards. Basically, it's one of the staples. It is the only card that you are going to be normal summoning outside of maybe Hertz, which really that's only in desperate situations that you summon Hertz. You really don't ever summon him. He's the main one that you want to normal summon. Hertz, you play only 2 copies. You could play 3 copies of him, but I find him decent at 2. When he's special summoned, you can make him a level 5. You almost never use this effect, but the main thing you do use is the effect that when he's sent to the graveyard, you can add another Cyber Dragon from your deck or grave to hand. Usually you get this effect off of any of your discard spells like your Twin Twister. Mostly you're going to get them off of your Galaxy Soldier, and I'll explain that when I get to Galaxy Soldier in like 5 seconds. Cyber Dragon Veer, really the only reason he's here is for a combo extender. You normal summon your Core or your Hertz, special summon him. It's just that simple. Anytime a Cyber Dragon's normal or special summoned, you can special summon him from hand. He's here mostly just to make it easier to bring out your Seeger, your Link monster. Like I said, Galaxy Soldier, you do play 3 copies of it. You could get away with playing 2 copies, but I always like to have 3 just in case one of them gets stopped. I still have the second one to be able to search the third one. But like I said with him, the main card you want to discard off of this, outside of a regular Cyber Dragon, is your Cyber Dragon Hertz, because you're able to go ahead and use Galaxy Soldier's effect, then use Hertz's effect to get another card, another card to discard for Galaxy Soldier. Really had to think about that. But yeah, basically it just makes your Galaxy Soldier a lot easier to use. You automatically get the material needed to discard it, and then if anything, if you do draw 2 Galaxy Soldiers, you can always use the 1 Galaxy Soldier and discard the other. That's the main reasons you do want to use them. Hertz is also another great card to be discarded off of Rampage Dragon, because then you get that Cyber Dragon back to your hand after you have the Rampage. The main one you want to add back is your Core in that situation, because then you're setting up for your next turn. Because remember, Core is a Cyber Dragon while in the graveyard. Then of course, no deck nowadays is complete without your hand traps. You do play 3 Ash Blossoms because it's freaking Ash Blossom, and then 2 Droll and Lockbirds because it's Droll and Lockbird. These are honestly the best hand traps in the game right now, but of course, it's all up to your budget. Based on what you can afford, you play what you have. Effect Veilers are also very good options. Ghost Bella, if you have her, though I'm not really sure she's that great this format. Ogres are also very good also. Pretty much like I said, whatever your budget can afford, definitely play those hand traps that you can. But if you can, play your Ash Blossoms and play your Drolls. Those are the best ones. Cyber Emergency, this is one of your search spells that is searchable off of core, and this is your best search spell for the entire deck because it searches any Cyber Dragon monster in your deck or a Light Machine type monster that cannot be normal or set. Basically, if you're going to run Eltanin, which is a decent card to run in this deck, you can easily search him. But mostly this searches out all your Cyber Dragon cards, pretty much your entire deck outside of your hand traps and your Galaxy Soldier, which Galaxy Soldier is searchable off of your Cyber Repair Plant. The only reason this card is being played at 2 is because it does require a little bit of setup in order to actually use it, because you have to have a Cyber Dragon in graveyard. But if you do manage to get a Cyber Dragon in graveyard, this card is a great search spell because it does search any Light Machine type monster from your deck and adds it to your hand. And if you manage to have 3 Cyber Dragons in the grave, you can also use the other effect as well to target one of your Light Machines in your graveyard, shuffle it back into your deck. You can use both only when you have 3 Cyber Dragons in the graveyard. You can use either of the effects as long as you have one, but the main thing you're going to be using is the search effect. You're almost never going to use the effect to return something from your graveyard, because the game's just not going to last that long. Your other spell card is your Machine Duplication. This allows you to just go ahead and bring out 2 Cyber Dragons from your deck simply by targeting your core or your Hertz. The main thing you're going to be using this on is your core, because that's the main one you're going to be normal summoning. Hertz, again, he is a low level, low attack monster, so you can easily use this on him. The only thing you have to be careful with is having your Veer out on field before you use this. As you saw in that one duel, I did screw it up, but you can still get Veer out after you use Machine Duplication, and that's what I should have done in that one game, because as long as you special summon a Cyber Dragon, Veer is able to be specialed from hand. So just make sure if you're going to use Machine Duplication, special summon Veer after Machine Duplication, otherwise you're going to screw yourself over. I do play a few Sky Striker cards. I do play the Mecha Hornet Drones. Hornet Drones is here just to be able to bring out your Seeger a lot faster and for a lot less resources, because as long as you have your core, you can easily use Hornet Drones, go into one of the Sky Striker Link monsters, and then you have your machine as well as your Cyber Dragon. So basically this can substitute itself for any of your other machines. It's basically a very free card. You don't have to use anything outside of itself. You can easily recur it back off of Kagari. It's a great card. Even if you're just defending yourself with it, it's still a great card. Definitely run it at 3. If you do have the engages, I definitely recommend playing those, because it just helps with the consistency and giving you that extra draw card if you've already got 3 spells in your grave. Definitely, if you can afford it, if you can play it, I definitely recommend it. Then for your fusion spells, you do play 3 copies of Overload Fusion. It may seem like overkill in order to play 3, but you definitely want to see this in your opening hand as early as possible. This is a going second deck, by the way. Like, you want to open this or at least draw into it on your turn. This is how you OTK your opponent. You get your Seeger out, you just use the materials that are in your graveyard, and then special summon your Chimera Tech Rampage Dragon. You guys saw me do it multiple times in the games. It's a great card to have. It basically just OTKs your opponent. If you don't draw into this, then you do have your 1 copy of Power Bond. Power Bond is still a very powerful card. Being able to help you OTK your opponent by doubling your monster's attack is nothing to laugh at, because it is just insane. And then being able to attack 3 times with your Rampage is also insane. Next up are your revival spells. You do only play 2 Cyber Rev systems because it can only special summon a Cyber Dragon from your hand or graveyard, so it's kind of a little restrictive in that way, but the monster that's special summoned by this effect cannot be destroyed by card effects. So mostly you're going to either be summoning one of your Cyber Dragons from grave to help extend your combo into your OTK, or you're going to just go ahead and simply revive your Seeger, so that way he can just be there sitting at 2100, being able to boost himself to 42, and then basically he's just also immune to any sort of removal effects. is a great card to have, definitely a 2 of. Then you also play your 1 Monster Reborn. The reason you play this instead of a 3rd copy of Rev System is simply because Monster Reborn can revive anything. Again, helps you with your OTK. If anything, you can just revive an opponent's monster with huge attack and just continue to OTK. If you're playing the mirror match, which is just such a brutal game, you can revive one of your opponent's Cyber Dragons and just use it for your own link material or whatever you want to use it for. The 1 copy of Limiter Removal, mostly just to help with the OTK, be able to surprise your opponent in case you can't OTK. You can just use this to help kill your opponent during their turn. This is a 1 of. It's only playable at 1, so of course it's a 1 of. But you can easily just remove this for another hand trap or for something else if you want to. It's not necessary for the deck to OTK because it's plenty capable of doing that on its own. This is just to put out a lot more damage in case you can't get a Seeger out. Like I said, you could easily replace this with something else. You have your Called by the Grave to stop your opponent's hand traps from going off on you, because you really don't want your opponent to drop a hand trap on you. You can play through an Ash Blossom with this deck because it's got a lot of search power with most of the cards it has, but if you're only down with, if you only have 1 search card to begin with, you want to make sure it goes through. And you definitely don't want to get hit with Droll and Lockbird because that does stop your deck completely. So Called by the Grave is definitely a good card to have, definitely a 2. If you want, you could drop your Limit Removal for a 3rd one. Definitely consider that because it is very powerful and it does help out a lot. The last card you do play is your Twin Twisters. Twin Twisters is here because this deck does die to back row. If your opponent ends up hitting you with a Solemn Strike or Warning or any of the Solemn Brigade, it definitely hurts, especially if they do it with your Fusion Summon, because that you need your Rampage in order to OTK. Outside of that, most of your other cards you can kind of get away with getting hit by something with one of your other cards, but you definitely want to just clear out the back row. Now for the extra deck, you do play your 1 Link Karibo. You can special summon him off of your Hornet Drones, off of your, Hertz. He's level 1. Easy card, definitely something you can sit on just to be able to block an opponent's attack. Most of the time you're not going to go into him because you're going to end the game right away as soon as possible. You do have your other Sky Striker Link monsters, your Suzuki, your Kagari, as well as your Hayate. These guys are here mostly to help you, like I said before, with your Link plays, or just simply go for an easy OTK, or just go for some massive damage during when you're getting close to time if you are playing competitively. It's definitely great cards to have, definitely helps you out with your OTK, and definitely makes your Link monsters a lot easier to get into because you only need the 1 Cyber Dragon at that point. Your Cyber Dragon Seeger, because Seeger is your main Link monster, he does help boost your other machine type monsters by 2100 attack, and he's just basically an all-around great card. He's a Cyber Dragon while in the graveyard, and yeah, it's pretty much simple. Mostly he's here for the attack boost. You can only do that once per turn, but that's totally fine. The only downside is that he can't deal damage when you use that effect, but mostly he's here just to remove any threat before you go for your OTK. He's a great card, definitely run him at 2. You have your 2 Cyber Dragon Novas, basically to be able to just extend your combo, get a Seeger on the field, a second Seeger on the field, as well as get an Infinity on the field, along with being able to help you bring out your fusion monster. Definitely Cyber Dragon Infinities here mostly just for the protection, because if you don't have your Called by the Grave, sitting on an Infinity is pretty good to be able to protect your OTK. Other than that, Infinities, he can easily just steal an opponent's monster as more material. Your Chimera Tech Rampage Dragon, he is your main OTK enabler, being able to attack 3 times simply by discarding 2 light machine type monsters from your deck to your grave is very good. Being able to remove back spell and trap cards equal to the number of materials used for his fusion summon is also very good. Being able to just clear out your opponent's spells and traps, or even just bait out their spells and traps beforehand, is really, really good. after that you can just go ahead and OTK your opponent. Most of the time, if you manage to summon him, get his discard effect off, you're gonna OTK, especially if you have Seeger on the field, being able to boost his attack to 42. Your Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon, mostly for the mirror match or a matchup against any machine type deck. Cyber Dragon plus all your opponent's machine type monsters equals this guy, and he will become big. And then Chimera Tech Mecha Fleet Dragon, mostly for the same reason, but against any other deck out there, because he is able to be summoned by a Cyber Dragon plus any monster in the extra monster zones. So pretty much if your opponent manages to lock you out with the Nightmare U board or just do any sort of extra deck shenanigans, you can easily just remove their card as well as one of your Cyber Dragons to special summon him. He's great spot removal, especially against the Nightmare board, because this breaks your opponent's Nightmare board, their U board, their extra link. It's a great card to break the extra link, and it's definitely a card you want to run it too. And these cards are really insane in the mirror match, as you guys saw. Now some honorable mentions that are going to be coming out in the future to keep an eye out on are Cyberload Fusion. Cyberload Fusion's, in my opinion, going to replace my Power Bond at least, because it is a searchable fusion spell. It is a quick play, so you can easily use this during your battle phase to push out even more damage. And also you can use this in case your opponent did strike or ogre or just somehow remove your Chimera Tech Rampage Dragon before you went into your battle phase, because after using Overload Fusion, you'll be able to use this since all your Cyber Dragon fusion materials that you used are banished. So you can easily use this card to be able to shuffle them back into deck and then get out your your Rampage Dragon once again. That's also why you do play 2 Rampage Dragons. In case one of them is destroyed, you have your Cyberload Fusion to bring out the second one. It is just a one-of, it's not something that you really need to stress out about, because it is just a simple card that you can search off of your core. Now the other one, which I really don't know when this card's going to come out, I'm really hoping this card comes out at the same time as the Cyberload Fusion in the same set, which I believe is the new Legendary Duelist 3-pack, which is coming out in November if I'm not mistaken. So I'm really hoping this guy gets imported in that set. If not, I really don't know when he'll come out, but he is definitely a great card to have. Easily a 1-of or maybe even a 2-of, since he is searchable with multiple of your search spells. Pretty much he'll end up replacing Galaxy Soldier, or at least being played alongside a Galaxy Soldier, because you can easily discard any monster from your hand to special summon him, and then when he is normal or special summoned, you can target a machine type monster in your graveyard with 2100 attack or defense and then special summon it. So the main reason you're using him is you can use him to discard your Cyber Dragon, and then you're going to automatically have a 1-card Cyber Dragon Seeger on the field. Really, this card is very powerful for that reason, and then if you have your Overload Fusion, it literally becomes a 2-card OTK. So this guy really helps you OTK for such a little amount. So that's why I definitely recommend playing him at 2, maybe even 3. I'm still testing his ratio. I find him at 2 to be very good, because you're able to search him out and even just draw into him, if anything. But definitely he will be, for the most part, replacing Galaxy Soldier, at least in my build, but I might still be playing him with at least 2 copies of Galaxy Soldier. Still working on the ratio, but once he gets released into the TCG, I'll probably do an update video and show you guys the ratio that I finally settled on. But that's it for today, YouTube. I hope you guys again enjoyed the duels. As always, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. If you feel free to leave down in the comments below any suggestions you have on how to improve the deck. And as always, until next time, later guys.